All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Top Performers and Being Intentional. You are going to just absolutely love this session. It's going to be insightful. It's going to help you manifest your desires faster, whether it be in your business or your personal life. So what I'd like everybody to do is just sit back now. I'd like you to breathe in deeply. Just relax. Just take it easy. Lighten up. Whatever's been happening, just ease up on it. That I'd like you to turn off your phones. I don't want you to multitask. And so if you truly want to get the most out of this process and do amazing things, that I need your full attention. Actually, you need your full attention. And by doing so, that you're going to just absolutely love this. You're going to feel some things that you always knew about who you are and the truth about who you are. And it's going to be just an amazing journey. And so this is day one of that amazing journey for us. And if you do have any questions or comments, you can just type it right in, and then I'll be happy to do that. We'll just take maybe a minute or two break about halfway through. But again, you're going to love this, and just stay focused now. And it's only an hour and a half, and it's the best hour and a half you'll invest today. You'll invest all week. And who knows, maybe for all your life, that this is exactly why you came here, is to hear what you're going to hear today. So this is to discover the secret to creating a thriving life and business, and with virtual top performers. And so our agenda, we're going to look at 4 areas that we think in. I'm a mental scientist, and so I have understood on how the mind works. And the mind, by the way, is different than the brain. The brain operates the body. The mind operates everything, and your connection to your feelings, and your feelings to your source. So I'll use the word source. You can use the word God with that, universe, whatever you're comfortable with. I usually use source. And so we're going to look at the 4 areas that we think in, because all of creation starts with your thoughts. You're it. Literally, the universe. You're in the center of the universe, and it runs based on what you're asking it. And so your asking, your prayer, is your thoughts. And so I want you to start really embracing and cherishing who you are, loving who you are, and being cognizant of what thoughts are you thinking. Most of us are not thinking about thoughts about what we want. We're thinking about what we're fearing, what we don't want, what's troubling us, and we just get more of it. I'd also encourage you to have a piece of paper and to write down some of the things that are just ahas for you as we get going here. You should also, if I ask you to print out 2 copies of your desire sheet. We're going to identify 1 professional goal that you want to achieve, and then 1 personal goal that you want to achieve, as well as to have your joy shop out, because we're going to discuss that, and that is really the mother of all creation, and show you on how you're going to start creating a life exactly like you want it to. So fun, exciting things. So your desire sheet, we're going to go over professionally and personally. We're going to discuss a magic bullet. In business, especially for real estate agents, the magic bullet, but virtually any business, is referral partnerships. And I'm going to show you a formalized process, and you're going to literally attract an ideal referral partner this week. These are going to be exciting times for you. Like, this isn't just, you hear me for an hour and a half and you go do your thing. No, we're going to be together for this hour and a half, and then your life is going to start to explode, and expect it to be that way. We're going to also look at a tool that I have for you to look at your mental tracking on what do you want to track mentally. You can also look at behaviors, but all behaviors, everything in fact, first starts with your thoughts. And so it's critical to understand what are my thoughts, and then any thoughts that I have that are inspired thoughts, that's what I want to be able to have, is inspired actions that you don't want to be doing a lot of doing gets you a lot of do, and none of us want do, right? We want to make sure that they're inspired actions. I never want you to do anything that you aren't inspired to do from now on. And so I'll show you all of this, and it's just going to be fun. It's going to be simple and easy, and you're going to just enjoy this, and your life's going to start brightening up. You're going to start getting more and more of the things that you want. And then we'll discuss the mother of all creation. And literally, so look at what you have here on your agenda. You're going to understand on how you think. You're going to get focused on what you want to do professionally, what you want to do personally. You're going to have the magic bullet that's going to give you more business than you ever wanted. We just graduated a group that one lady declared, in fact, there are two just awesome examples about how powerful this process can be if you allow it to be. And all I do is ask you to do a few simple action steps every week and attend just 5 of these sessions. By July, it's starting now, but by July, really, your life can be completely different. In our last group, in week 1, right at this time, that a lady had identified, Joanna, that she had stated, well, you know what I want? I want to go to Aruba. And then she went on to say that she didn't have any money, didn't have any business, didn't know how she was going to do it, but that's what she wanted. And when you start understanding the power that you have on your power of that desire, that when you want it and you allow it in, it's going to come to you. But most of us want it, and then we're thinking about the lack of it. So the lack of the money or the lack of the relationship or whatever. Well, she wanted that. Within 4 weeks, she not only paid for in full a trip to Aruba, but she has also, for the last 6 years, wanted to buy her son a car, and she bought her son a brand new car. And by the way, she didn't even get it from her business. She got the money out of the blue. And so I want you to start thinking about, what do I want to have come to me out of the blue? And isn't that just an inspiring, a fun thing for you to know that right now as you're thinking to yourself, and again, I'd like you to write down some things like, for example, answer yourself this question. What do you want out of the blue to come to you? Do you think God has enough power in order to give you anything that you want? Absolutely. So I want you to start thinking about, what is it that I want out of the blue? So there's one example of a lady that wanted out of the blue. She just said she allowed the universe to bring her enough money in order to do Aruba, but she was so allowing that she was able to buy a brand new car for her son, which last Saturday she had a surprise party for him. He's back from college for the summer, and she came driving up in this brand new car for him. So those are just, some of the things that happened. That another person, though, that wanted more listings and said in week 3, you know what? I just want more listings. I want so many listings that I don't even know what to do with them. And in 2 weeks, in a couple of weeks, she created 6 listings. And so right now she has 6 listings. That's all easy downstream. And today is the day that you determine that you're going to give up the struggle. You don't have to be fighting with yourself. You don't have to be sitting with your troubled thought. That what you can do is start thinking good thoughts about what you want, and you're going to start getting everything that you want. And so just sit back and let's go have a fun ride. So for those of you that have been in my seminars, that you know this, that as a reinforcement that science has proven in the past 5 years, okay, and all those neuroscientists, quantum physicists, molecular biologists have all agreed that everything is initiated, everything that they say goes into form or matter is initiated with thought, your thought. Okay, that there weren't, just think of this, that this earth, I'm sharing with you that this world has everything that you want in it. Enough money, enough happiness, enough everything. It has contrast. It has everything you do want to everything you don't want. And you are here to sift through that and identify, here's what I don't want, that then bursts ideas of what you do want. And so instead of hanging on that thought about what you don't want, I want you to start thinking about what you do want. And so that's one of the keys here, is to think good feeling thoughts. Some of the best feeling thoughts you can have is thinking about what you do want. And if you want to, just right now, write down, what are some of the things that I do want? Because as you do this, you're it. In fact, your thought then creates energy, what we would call emotions, our feelings. And those feelings then are a signal out to the universe. And this then, so God answers, if you will. Your prayer is your thoughts. And so whenever you are thinking that source, the universe, God is listening to every thought that really turns into a vibration and is feeling what you're feeling and is giving back what you are asking for. So you are instantly answered. It's about you allowing, and we'll get into all this, but know that that's the path according to scientists. And later on in the next couple of weeks, I'll show you the 5 steps of actual creation and the step that has prevented you from having everything that you want. Albert Einstein stated, thoughts create matter, and this is not psychology. This is physics. And so here's a quote of mine that I want you to write down right now. Whatever you focus your attention on grows. Whatever you focus your attention on grows. So if you're saying, gosh darn it, I need more money, you in actuality and what your emotions are saying is, I don't have enough money, and the universe is going to send you not enough money. If you're thinking about the relationship and the troubling aspect of the relationship, you're going to just grow that troubling aspect. That troubling aspect of the relationship, or that troubling aspect about money, or whatever the topic is that if you would stop thinking about the things that you don't want, the things that are troubling you, and if you start thinking about what you do want, those other things you don't want will start to literally evaporate. They'll go away because you are no longer focusing your attention on them. So you don't have to fight against anything. You can give up your struggle. Don't continue to swim upstream. We're all tired from that swimming upstream, and we want the life of our dreams. You were born to have your dreams come true, and today is the beginning of that birthing of your dreams to come true. So whatever you focus on, your attention grows. So I'm going to share with you 4 areas of our thought. So I would suggest that you actually write down now on what these 4 areas of thoughts are. So if you have a blank sheet of paper, at the top of it, the 4 areas of thought. And I'm going to take you through these 4 areas of thought. You can see there are 3 red zones, and there is 1 green zone. So we're going to put about 4 to 5 lines in each one of those boxes. So if you want to go ahead and make out a large box and then divide it up, put a plus mark in the middle and make 4 boxes. And we're going to be writing some words on the left side of those boxes as well as on top of those boxes. So go ahead and write that out. And at the top, again, it's the 4 areas of my thought. So I'm going to share with you those 4 areas, and it's going to help you to awaken to where your thoughts have primarily been. So the first area is to, and write down on your top left-hand box, this is what I do not want. And if you would put up on the top, non-deliberate on the top left-hand box. So in essence, this is where I'm thinking about what I don't want, and I'm not being deliberate in thinking about that. And so when does that happen? First of all, it's a red zone, and it typically happens when I am in a reactive mode. I'm looking at what is. So if you're looking at your current business and you just had a deal go south, and if you keep on focusing on that deal going south, what is, this is what's happening, then what you're going to do is you're going to get cooperative components that are going to cooperate with what you don't want, and you're going to get more bad deals. In fact, not only will the bad deals be in your business, but they're going to start to go into other areas of your life. So again, could be relationships, whatever that is, could be your health. That it's kind of like, imagine you're in San Francisco and you have a car at the top of one of those hills. You know how the hills go up and down, real steep hills. And imagine that your car's at the top of the hill, and you give it a little nudge, and then you run in front of the car, and you can probably stop that car because there's not too much momentum. Well, when you're in the middle of something that is troubling you, something you don't like, it is too late to stop that momentum. And so what happens is it's like you pushing that car and then you running down to the bottom of the hill waiting for the car, and then you stand in front of that car. Well, what's going to happen? that car is going to just run you over, and there you go. It's kind of like you're in an airplane and you're parachuting and you jump out of the plane, and then all of a sudden you think, God darn it, I forgot that parachute. And so when that happens, it's just too late. You can't stop that momentum. So if you have something that it's getting out of your way, is in your way, that isn't happening in your life, that what happens is that you just can't stop it. So don't pay attention and stop paying attention to the things that aren't working. What I want you to do is start paying attention to the things that are working. So again, in this red zone, this is where I'm very reactive. I'm looking at what is. I'm just looking at what is in my life, and I'm kind of getting the same old thing, and I get more and more of it. In fact, I get life by default. Most people that I know live life by default. For example, when you woke up this morning, did you say to yourself and be very deliberate and say, wow, I'm going to have a great day today. I can't wait for this webinar, that this is just going to expand my horizon. It's going to teach me how life works. It's going to get me more of what I want. I'm going to start living my dreams. Did you say that? Or were you getting up and saying, oh boy, I got to go get ready? And so it all depends on how deliberate or not. And most of us aren't deliberate. After this webinar, maybe you have to hop in your car and go to a meeting. Are you deliberately, as you're walking to your car, saying, wow, I'm going to have a safe, comfortable, smooth, easy ride there. In fact, a fun ride there. That I am that safe there to stay safe. Once you start being a deliberate creator, which I'm helping you to do now, is that you'll see that, wow, I've been deliberate in most of the things that I do. Like the meeting, that about as deliberate as I am is I'm thinking about what I don't want. Like, wow, I hope this meeting doesn't go bad like the other one. And we're thinking about the things that we don't want. So the bottom line of this red zone is that it decreases my success and it increases my stress. So I want you to reflect now on how often am I thinking about what I do want, but it's like almost too late, or it's because I'm not deliberate that I'm getting this momentum and I'm just getting life by default. Things happen to me that are not what I want out of the blue, and that's as simple because you have not been deliberate. Now let's go to the next zone of where our thoughts are. And our thoughts, remember, create an emotion. So as your thoughts create this emotion, that is then going to be the signal that you're sending out to your source on what you want. So here's another zone where we think about, and it's where we're non-deliberate and we're thinking about what we don't want. And that's another red zone. And this is typically where we're doing busy work. And so this busy work is where, let's say you get up Saturday morning and you say, I'm going to clean out my closet. And well, you wake up, you have a little coffee, you read the paper, turn on the TV. Pretty soon, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and you haven't even touched that closet, okay? Or another great example is right now you have a couple of prospects that are a little challenging to you, and you have a client already. You guys are closing next week. There's really nothing, but, you guys get along. And so you call that client that you already have versus calling those prospects that could give you more money, okay, and give you and where put you in a position to serve them. So it could do a lot of good things, but we're too busy doing busy work. And so it's almost like, so what? We take life, so what? We can create, we have the power, you each have the power to create the life that you want, and that you're in essence saying, hey, so what? I'm thinking about what I don't want, and, I'm just doing stuff. I'm getting a coffee, or I'm calling the client that, is already a client that I'm closing on. And so what are the things that really are important to me? And a great question and something to write down if you want to write down like on those, quotes and everything is that ask yourself, what is it most that I want from this next situation? Or what is it most that I want from this day? Or what is it most that I want from my spouse? Or what is it most that I want from this client? It's a great question because you will be asked, ask and you shall receive. You will receive, you will be answered on what you are asking, and you'll start recognizing, wow, this is what I want, and you'll start expanding your imagination to getting more of what you want. So that is an amazing, amazing question. And again, to write that down, and if as often as you can during this day and from here on out, ask yourself, what is it most that I want out of this situation, out of this person, whatever, out of the circumstance? What is it most that I want? And you're going to start, as you identify what most it is, and you say, this is what I want out of it, you're going to see amazing things happen in your life. And so just be real easy and know that it's all good coming to you. So back to this red zone now, the bottom line is it decreases your success and it increases your stress. So far, I'm an international motivational speaker that so far this has been pretty depressing, right? Well, it gets worse. And so here's how it gets worse is that when I'm being deliberate and I'm thinking about what I don't want, that is that lower right-hand box, what I call, again, the red zone. And this is the culprit. Like if there's any devil, this is it right here. There's nothing that is working against you. There is no power that is against you other than your own thoughts about what you don't want. It's a powerful statement. It's a powerful understanding that your only enemy is you, and no longer. You're going to stop that. But you need to understand who the enemy is and who they are. And so I call them the committee. And there are committee members within your mind. So imagine that your mind is where your brain is, if you will. That again, they're different, but just for to kind of relate and picture yourself, that within your mind, that there's this beautiful mahogany table. And around this table are beautiful, big executive chairs. And you are the one that has created this beautiful table and given away your power to these executive chair members that are sitting in these beautiful black leather executive chairs. You can almost see that mahogany table is a red table. It's just like not filled with many good things. And so who's in that committee? Well, first of all, what is there? And so we're thinking about the past. And we're making that pass. So, something could happen that let's say that my dog transitions. And so one little thing that, it's one thing major to your emotions, but it only happened for, the actual understanding of that happening was, a moment or a day or whatever. But we carry that with us. In fact, we're carrying, and I want you today to no longer carry all this baggage around because it prevents you from having the life of your dreams. I want you, how many times have we had a deal go south, and then we keep on thinking about that, or that ornery person that talked to us, and that, or that client that was troublesome to us, and we keep on thinking about that. It could have been years ago, but we continue to make it alive. We bring the past alive, and typically in the things that we don't want, and that it makes us sad, makes us miserable, and prevents us from getting what we want. So think of these committee members on what I don't want. Fear. Fear is an acronym that means false evidence appearing real. And again, I would encourage you to write down in these 4 different zones and write down what I'm writing down here so that you can really embrace and understand and internalize this information. But fear is false evidence appearing real. The insurance industry has what they call life insurance. Well, it's not life insurance. It's death insurance, right? But they call it life insurance, the opposite of what it is. And with this life insurance, they want people to continue to pay their premiums. And so if you, as they call it, die, and there is no death, but that's for another story, we just get transitioned back into eternity. But when you transition, that you stop paying your premiums and they have to pay off. So they wanted to pay you off, the insurance companies, so the ones that are still here. And so they wanted to find out what's going on with that why are people dying? And so they found out the number one reason why people die is because of heart disease. Okay? And so they said, well, let's look at heart disease. Where's that coming from? And they found out that the primary reason that people die from heart disease is because of their stress. So they spent millions of dollars on this research, okay? And so then they said, okay, well, people are dying primarily because of heart disease. Heart disease is caused from stress. Where's the stress coming from? And they found out that all of the stress is coming from fear. And they found out that 93% of that fear never even happens to us. In other words, we're using this powerful mind of ours that we can create whatever we want to, that what we do is we start creating fears, and we start creating it, and it starts becoming real. Our fears, we start creating whatever we think about, we create into our experience if we think about it often enough and we have enough emotion behind it. So the second most powerful emotion there is in the world is fear. And so because of this, that, oh my gosh, if I'm thinking about fear, which most of it doesn't even happen anyways, that it, in essence, starts creating, because I have such a strong emotion with fear, okay, and most people think the opposite of, or the worst emotion is hate, but it's actually fear, because hate is just about what I'm fearful about, and then I hate it. So the root of it is fear. And so I recognize that, oh my gosh, I'm creating all these things that I don't want in my life through my fear. Now, if you heard what I was sharing with you there, that most people die because of stress and fear does it, that your thoughts create your death. your early death. And so you think, oh my gosh, like that's how powerful you are. You can either create a long, healthy, prosperous life or not. And it all depends on your thought. And so this committee is, again, these members are sitting around, imagine them in your head, this mahogany table and these beautiful executive chairs. And you have fear, you have worry, you have doubt, you have complaining and blaming and shame and guilt, and it all decreases your success. And don't you, and again, let me run those by you again. Fear, worry, doubt, complaining, blaming, shame, guilt. How many of those do you have going on in your life right now? The beauty is that you have the power to shut down that committee, and I'm going to show you how. You don't have to give that power away anymore to your committee. You can literally live the good life. And the good life is coming your way because you're listening to this right now. This is impacting your mind, your heart, your soul, and you're starting to awaken to recognize, wow, that's all that it is. It's not real other than what I made it in my own mind. So it decreases my success and it increases my stress. So you'll note all 3 red zones kill you and literally reduce your longevity. And you want to see your children grow up? Do you want to see your grandchildren grow up? Do you want to have a long and healthy and prosperous life? If you do, you have the power, and I'm going to show you today the power on how to leave those red zones and how to start living in the green zone. So I want you right now to raise your hand. I can feel you, okay? I want you to raise your hand if you want to start living in the green zone where you're deliberate and you're thinking about what you want. Do you want to be a deliberate creator? Raise your hand. You can be a deliberate creator of your experience. In fact, you are the creator of your experience. What I'm going to do, because everything that has happened to you, that you have created it. And again, some people say, well, that's not true. I didn't create a car accident for me. Well, like I was in a car accident, and the reason why I broke my neck is because actually my life was unhappy. I had lots of money, $1 million house, all the fancy cars and everything else, but I was very unhappy. I'm happy with my marriage. I'm happy with what I was doing, the type of clients I had attracted, etc. I had created it all, and I was just fed up with it, and so I attracted a car accident. So I attract it all. I take credit for all of it. And so now we can just smile and say, yeah, I take credit for all that crap that happened to me in the past because I'm not having it happen to me anymore because I'm now going to live in the green zone and I'm going to be a deliberate creator. And in this process, you are going to find out on how to become that deliberate creator. And the first step with that is to have good feeling thoughts. And what are good feeling thoughts? Mainly thinking about what I do want. And as you do, all the troubling things in any circumstances that you have, any physical condition that you have, anything that you have the power to overcome it, and today starts that power to where you start regaining your complete power to be the deliberate creator that you have always wanted. And so you are the inviter of what you want. You invite it through your thoughts that then go into your feelings, that then is the communication system that you have with your source, is your emotions, and your emotions are created out of your thought. That's what a magnificent creator that you are. And I love thinking of it. Just imagine a whole symphony that is in front of you right now, and that you have this magic wand, and it's your pen, okay? Because the best way to focus your thoughts is through writing it down. And so you have this magic wand, this pen, and you can write it the way you want it. And as you raise your arms, just right now, just think of it, put that pen in your hand and just raise your hand, and like a conductor does, and I'm sharing with you that all that is sitting there listening, waiting for your next thought that creates that next emotion, that vibration, that communication, and they're going to play their instruments, and they're going to play them, and they're going to rendezvous with you, and they're going to deliver to you all the cooperative components that you are thinking about. Now, the kicker is, though, that, and to understand on how to live in the green zone is, so you invite it through your thoughts, but you don't invite anything unless you think about it for at least 1 minute. That gets the energy going. And there's that delay, if you will, because, for example, if you told someone, oh, go to hell, that if it were instant like that, well, by golly, they'd end up in hell. And so I kind of joke about that. But the fact is that it takes a minute, and that's why some of the things that you have asked for, you haven't received them, because you haven't thought about what you want and then why you want it. And this is going to help you get to the point where you're going to start thinking about what I want and why I want it. 1 minute starts the energy. 15 minutes of good feeling thoughts sends bullet trains from heaven. The heavens literally part for you, and you're going to start getting all the things that you want. And I'm going to show you the mother of all creation today that's going to help you do just that. So back to this green zone. Isn't this exciting? I mean, aren't you excited for the type of life that you're going to have now? You're going to become a deliberate creator. Like, you've always been. You were born worthy and you were born a creator, however, not very deliberate. And I teach people on how to become a deliberate creator. And isn't this exciting that you can start taking control of your life? You can start having it the way that you want it. So it's also about living in that green zone, thinking about what will be. So I don't want you to think about what is, because you'll just remember, whatever I focus my attention on, I get more of. And so I'm not going to think about what is anymore. I'm going to think about what will be. How do you want your life to be? Think about your thriving business. Think about the things, wonderful things that are going to come to you now out of the blue that you want, because you have focused your time for at least a minute and then 15 minutes in this amazing process that you can start creating it just the way that you want it. You can have the relationships that you want. You can have everything that makes your heart sing. And part of that, again, is to be thinking about what will be. And so thinking about, so for example, that a few years ago, I decided I wanted to travel the world. I wanted to go to all kinds of places. Last year, we were in Venice for a couple of weeks and just had, an amazing time on this basically city in the water, and an amazing art and everything. And let's see, at the end of the month, we go to Washington, D.C. for a week. And then in July and August, we're going to take off a couple of weeks to go to Russia. That's the way that I like it. That's what I asked for. And then it all comes to me. So you have to have the faith of God, and you have to have the belief and knowing that it's all coming to you. So when I asked for it, that trip to Russia didn't come immediately, but I knew it was coming. The beauty is, as long as you continue to hold the desire, it's coming to you. Never give up on that, and always stay with it and know that it's coming. And as you are subtle with that and knowing that it'll come, it will come. And so the bottom line is, living in the green zone increases your success and decreases your stress. And isn't that just fabulous to know that you can have it all in this green zone? And from here on out, the rest of this process is going to help you to understand on how you can live in the green zone. So, you ready to live in the green zone? It's some easy steps, some easy way. All this is going to be easy and fun, and let the journey begin. So we're going to start out with my desire sheet. So if you had printed out my desire sheet, that is one of the ways to live in the green zone, is to identify what you want. You need to understand what you want. Most people, by the way, I would say like 99% of people that I meet, and I don't work at all, so I say play. So the 99% of the people that I play with, that those people don't really understand what they want. They're not clear on what they want, and you're going to start getting some real clarity on what you want. So right now, I want you to take out one of the desire sheets. I asked you to print out two. If you don't have it with you, that, and assuming you're not driving, and be safe on all this, that I want you to get out that desire sheet, or just write on a sheet of paper, my desire sheet, and then my desire, what I want. And then I want you to write down what you want. What do you want professionally out of this process? What do you want to do? This can happen as easy as the snap of a finger on anything that you want. That, again, I'm going to help you go through it, and you're going to discover some things and what have gotten in the way from you getting everything that you want. And we have on the line, by the way, some people that are absolutely amazing, that are millionaires, that have a huge business, and they want more. And you'll see that once you birth certain desires, that once you achieve those desires, you'll want more whatever it is, more happiness, more joy, more freedom. That's what we're here for, those three purposes, and more money, more business, more of everything, growing an empire, growing in personal life, more better relationships, okay, that better health, that we want more. We were born with desires. Ask and you shall receive. We were born to ask and to have these desires, and we were born to have our desires come into our experience. For most of us, we don't have that because we didn't have clarity. So the best way to start that energy and to move that energy, so you're in that green zone, is to write down what you want and then write down why you want it. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples just to help you with this, because it's a critical step. That it's a step like, people have maybe said, what's your goal, in order to have, and some people teach, by the way, also that, you shouldn't say I want. We're wanters, okay? We're born with having more and more desires. That when I say want, it's not from a position of lack, of missing, of not being there. It is from a position of me pointing at it and saying, that's what I want, and expecting it to come. You're it. You're the creator. And so you call forth what the hell you want. And so you're going to start calling forth, hey, I want to do this in a gentle, loving way. Okay, that's what I want. And so business-wise, it might be that for some of you that, gosh, you got so much business going on that, for some of you, it might be that you want to sell 20 homes a month. Okay, for some of you, it might be, hey, I want to serve 3 families per month. Whatever it is that I want you to just embrace it. It might be a dollar amount. It might be, gee, I just love allowing over $10,000, $20,000, $50,000. I'm playing with someone right now that wants to allow $100,000 a month into their experience. And they've already earned more money in 1 month than they have in any year that they have worked in the past, like 10 years that they worked. And so those are the amazing things that are going to come your way also. So a technique, a way to build that energy, is to first write out what you want and then why you want it. So I'm going to give the example of what I want. I want to have 3 powerful, let's see, you may be experiencing some degraded audio. Are you guys okay? Can you hear me? Everybody, you can type in there on there. But so let me give you an example of that. So what I want to have 3 listings in the next 30 days. Why do I want that? I just love proving. So here's why I want it. I love proving what a deliberate creator that I am. I love how I co-create. I call for what I want, and then God, my source, delivers the how. how to do it. It will give me the circumstances, the people, the thoughts, the events, everything that I need, and all I need to do is call for it. I love having 3 listings. It's down in the next 30 days. It's downstream. It's easy. It's the way my life was supposed to be, and the way that I'm making it now is I'm making it easy and downstream. It's low-hanging fruit. That it's the path of least resistance. And I want you to write that one down. This is the path of least resistance. All of this is the path. Listings in the real estate world is a path of least resistance. Why? You don't have to go show people houses and everything, and then you get buyers coming to you. I mean, it's like easy peasy. And in fact, I have, if you do have listings, I have some creative ways to really make those listings shine if for some reason in the seller's market you need help with that. And I'm available, by the way, to you all the time. So you just, you text me, email, call me, whatever. But if I can help you in any way, I'm here to help you. So back to my desires, why I want it. Wow, it's the path. So write down the path of least resistance. God will show you your lighted path, and your lighted path to everything that you want is the path of least resistance. It's easy, it's fun, it's simple, it's refreshing, it feels good, it's happy, it's joyful. That's your path, and you're going to just start being on that path and just enjoying life the way it was meant to be. So why I wanted that, I love having that money. I love money. Money equals freedom. And again, I'd be writing some of these things down. Like one of the reasons why some of you don't have a lot of money or as much money as you want is because you have a distorted view of money. Money isn't this root of all evil or any of that stuff. Money equals freedom. Write that down. Money equals freedom. And when I have freedom, that what I get from freedom is more choices and more variety. You can say to yourself, I love money. Because to love money is awesome. Okay, that to love everything. Love yourself first and then love everything around you. Money gives you more choices and variety. I love money. So think of the energy that I'm creating right now. I love getting 3 more listings. Right now I want 3 more listings that are going to come out of the blue. And if you declare that and you just believe it and expect it, it's going to happen. So I love getting listings. Why? I love the money that it gives me. I love that those listings give me over $10,000. I love all the freedom and the variety that it gives it. I love that this is my lighted path. It's the path of least resistance. It just excites me on being the creator that I am and proving it to myself now and seeing evidence of God at work for me. God works with me, okay, and I'm the one that creates it with my thought, and then I allow God in order to give it. So that's another point. Why do I want it? Because it puts me in a pure state of allowing God to do the how. So can you see on how just that one desire that I identified, and I started talking about the why, and I created all this good, positive energy, and all of that is and when it's positive energy, it means what I want, and it means that God is thinking the same way as I am, and what that is doing is that's giving me all that I want, and it's sending the signal to God, and God is answering me immediately in energy form, whatever I ask for, and then all I need to do is allow it in. And you're going to be doing that by getting that energy in there. So that's like a fun time. And then we look at, so again, these could be close 3 homes per month, allow 10,000 plus per month or 100,000. It doesn't matter. And by the way, that with my goal, how specific do I get? As specific as you can get and still feel good. If you write down allow $10,000 per month and you've never earned $10,000 per month before and haven't even got close to that, you might be saying, hell, that's bullshit. And so if you are, what I want you to do is say, hey, you know what? I want to allow $5,000. Whatever you feel good. So for some of you, it might be $50,000 per month, or it might be 20 homes per month, or it might be 1 home per month. It doesn't matter. What matters is for you to identify what you want and still feel good about it. Another one is, and a soft one, a very easy way to do this is to serve 3 families per month. And so I just love that, to serve 3 families per month. And so now I want to switch just because of time but that's one thing to really focus on here is to get that energy going and investing 15 minutes on that desire sheet. Your second desire sheet is what is your personal desire. So identify a personal goal that you wish to have in the areas of, could be your family, home, relationships, your health, socially, what you want to maybe do with the community. You know, you each been blessed and you have so much, but usually we're so focused on what we don't have, and then we get more of what we don't want, what we don't have, okay? And so for you to just sit back and realize how blessed you are, how you appreciate all that you have been given, all that you have, and that from this moment on, I want you to know things are only going to get better for you. They will only get better as long as you just be easy on yourself here and do the things, simple things that I ask you to do, that they're going to get better and better for you. And then maybe mentally, and you want to focus on, mentally, you know, what am I going to do with that, socially or spiritually? So write down a goal. Many people like to write down, I want to increase my health or increase a relationship. And so just a couple comments on that you can't be saying, gee, I'm getting older, okay, that if you do, you're just going to get older and you're not going to have a long, prosperous, healthy life. When you get to relationships, no, you can change, you have the power to change anyone, okay, and that's the opposite of what you were told. And the way you do it is you think differently about them. You think about the positive aspects. Write that down. Positive aspects. I'm going to think about positive aspects about myself, about others, about my business. If you start looking, I was playing with one of my mentees yesterday, and they just started with me, and I said, so what's working in your life, in your business? And he said, absolutely nothing. Nothing's, working. I said, really? So we start talking, and I start asking a few questions, and he comes up with telling me 5 things that are working in his life, in his business. But see, he forgot to be looking at him. He's so immersed in thinking about the things he doesn't want, thinking about the things that are lacking and missing, that he missed out on all the good things that are happening. He will never have a thriving business until he changes, which he has now. He changes his thinking to where I'm going to just think about what's working and what I want. And so think about also what's working in that relationship, what's working in your business, that just let that flow, because again, cooperative components are going to come and rally around whatever's working. And so those good parts of the relationship that are working, then more and more good in that relationship will come. The good parts of your business, more and more different aspects of your business will come as you are in a state of appreciation. So this is fun time, but looking at your personal goal, write down what you want, and then, might be healthier, improve relationships, to think positive thoughts. You're the commander. You identify, you know what, from now on, I'm just going to think positive thoughts. I'm not going to waste my time with thinking about negative thoughts, because it just gets me more negative experiences, and I don't want that. That's what I don't want. And so I am the commander. I'm going to call for what I want in a very loving, wonderful way, and knowing that my source, that God, is going to deliver it to me, because I have the faith of God, expecting and believing and knowing that God's going to deliver everything that I want. So on that desire sheet, again, you would want to add in why I want it. So I'll give you a quick example again. If it's increased my health, why do I want it? That I want to live a long life. I want to see my grandchildren grow up. That I want to feel good. Okay, there's nothing. Your number one desire that you never have even thought about yet, but I can tell you what your number one desire is. It's that you want to feel good. All of these things that you want is simply to make you feel good, because this is a feeling, this is a vibrational universe, an energy universe, and you're it with your thoughts, and that feeling good raises you up with your source and aligns you and has you rendezvousing with your source where everybody's dancing together. Dance the dance of you and God, you and your source, and this is how to do it. So I want to move now, and so we're going to kind of move quickly to a couple of real strong processes that are going to be just amazing for you. And, you know, one of the if you want to have a poison bullet, it might be one of the poison bullets for sure is when people say, oh, I know that already, okay? I don't want you to say that at all. I want you to refresh yourself right now and just say, you know what, I'm going to take this information because you're going to hear it differently, and it is different than what you have believed it to be. And I'm going to share with you the magic bullet, and it's with, as far as your business is concerned, with referral partnerships. Referrals are the easiest, no cost, and best way to build your business, period. It continues to be proven that I have people selling lots of homes, and it all is through referrals. That, yeah, why don't we get referrals? We don't ask. And the main reason why we don't ask for referrals is because we think that only us, ourselves, benefit, and the person we're getting a referral from doesn't benefit. And that's not true. First of all, for you to benefit, you are worthy. You deserve to be benefited. Okay? People are like, for example, when you ask your referral partner, I'd like your help, you put them in a position to help someone. And you know who that person is that they're going to help? You. That's how worthy you are. So know that you actually benefit the least out of everybody. Your referral partner benefits amazingly in a priceless ways by referring you, the worthy good you, to the people that are their friends, that they love, that they work with, that are their vendors, that it makes their whole world better because they referred you. So be very clear that you benefit, your referral partner benefits, and then, of course, the prospect that becomes the client benefits because they get you and your services. No one gives you and your services like you do. So we don't receive referrals because we think we're the only ones benefiting. And I just shared with you, and to really embrace those words, and that's something that I'd write down on these referrals, is that I'd actually write down, oh yeah, referrals that everyone benefits, and my referral partner benefits most. Why? Because they build deep and meaningful relationships that makes them feel good and makes the people that they know feel good. So the magic bullet, referral partners. Who is your ideal referral partner? Well, one of the things, and I'd like you to write this down, one of the things that I want you to do is to attract your ideal referral partner this week. And I'm sharing with you, you do these simple little things, and you're going to be amazed at what happens to you, to your business, to your life. So you're the inviter. And what I want you to do is invite ideal referral partner. Who's an ideal referral partner? They are well connected typically in the community. They know lots of people. It includes your previous clients. They're great ones. You have all kinds of previous clients that want to help you. And so have you, called on them? How long has it been since you have called on them? That, people that it's on average for real estate agents that on average, 7 years people move. Well, that actually is changing now because people that bought like 3 years ago when the prices were down, their prices are higher now and they can get more money out of that house, and they could buy and they could go up to a higher home and higher valued home. So the previous clients, you don't have to wait 5 years, 7 years for them. You can, go to them right now, and it doesn't matter whether or not they're in for the to move or not. It's that, or buy or not, that it is enlist or not. It is that they know people. Do you know that most people, on average, know about 250 people? Well, 1 out of 8 people, so that means out of 100 people, there's 12 people, so that means there's about 30 people that every person that you know knows that are looking to buy or sell a home. So everybody could be a referral partner, but we're looking for the ideal referral partner. So it could be your family. They're right under your nose. I'm telling you, there's somebody right under your nose, and if you call it forth and you start just feeling good, and I love like taking that professional goal, and then one of your steps are, I love attracting an ideal referral partner, and that I know they're right here, and I ask them to come forth, and they're going to call you, they're going to email you, that you're going to see them just out of the blue. It's going to be amazing. And so if you, as long as you expect this, that you just take blind faith. And what I'm sharing with you here, just take blind faith and say, you know what, I'm just going to do this, and it's going to work out just fine. And you'll see it's going to work out just fine. Who's doing your hair? Who's ever doing your hair? They're talking to all kinds of people. They know all kinds of people. They're the confidant of all these different whatever, women, men, what doesn't matter, that I'm telling you, they're their insurance agent. Anybody that you pay, the list is long on ideal referral partners. When you get to the point when you have 10 ideal referral partners, which you can do fairly quickly, that you literally will be making all the money you want to make, and it'll be easy and it'll be fun for you. That's how the magic bullet is on these ideal referral partners. It's just amazing on what this happens. And so if you're sitting there and saying, well, I already have referral partners or whatever, I'm telling you there's an ideal referral partner that's waiting for you right now. And you go ahead and say, yes, I'm going to now. And I am in a pure state of allowing my good to come to me. And my good is ideal referral partners. I want them to come to me and give me referrals. So invite them into your experience out of the blue. They will come to you. Just like that lady got all that money to pay for Aruba and a brand new car out of the blue came. The other lady that asked for listings and out of the blue came. And I can literally give you scores, hundreds, thousands of examples of people that have in this 1 week, right now, right here, where they said, yes, I am going to allow and attract into my experience, invite into my experience an ideal referral partner, and by golly, they get them. And you'll get, there's a saying in the Bible that your cup overfloweth. Well, this is your cup overflowing, that you'll not only get what you asked for, but you'll get more of it. It's just like your cup overfloweth when you say, oh, wow, this day is really bad. It can't get worse than this, and it does. Well, that's because Source is going to not judgmental at all on what you're thinking, good or bad, what you want or what you don't. It's going to deliver you what you are thinking about and more of it. So why not be thinking about what you want and then start expecting not only what you want, but more of it and out of the blue. It's literally how life works, and it's fun. So I'd like you this week to meet with your ideal referral partner. You're going to think about them. The name is there now, and it's waiting for you. And in fact, just write down, who is that ideal referral partner? Who's somebody well connected? Who likes me? Who do I get along well with? Who's what has a lot of people that they know that who's been, a past client of mine, and who's a family member, who's right under my nose that I can call right now. And I want you to call and set up an appointment and meet with them. Okay? And I'm telling you, this is going to, no matter how much business you have, that this is going to easily get you at least one deal in the next 30 days. Why not take one extra deal? And so I don't know what that means, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, whatever that is, that's how valuable this one step is. So write down that person's name, and then I want you to meet with them, and step number one is ask for their help. And when you call them, you can call them and say, hey, I'd like to meet with you. They ask what for. Say, hey, I need your help. And they say, yeah, I'd love to. So when you meet with them, ask for their help. And that puts them in a position to benefit them because they are helping somebody, and that somebody is you. You are worthy for that help. Share your goals. So it might be, wow, I'd like to help 3 families. I'd like to help the families in the community that you live in or where you work. I'd like to help with the employees that you have. If there's out of every 100 people, there's 12 people looking to buy or sell real estate. My gosh, think about some business owner and on how you want to go with them and help them to help the people they work with, that they know, that is family members that they love, whatever, in order to do that. So share your goal, and that would be whatever is on your desire sheet is what your goal is, whatever you had on there. And again, you might want to vary that a little when you're talking with them, because if you say, well, I want to earn $20,000, I want to have at least $20,000 a month, that maybe, you'd like to be a little bit softer with them and say, I'd like to help 3 families. Step 3 is ask them why they would benefit. And if they can't figure out, why would you benefit by giving me referrals? Ask them that. And they'll start saying, hey, that it'll be able to, it helps me. I'm going to be able to help you. You're a friend. You helped me before, whatever. And it's pay back, pay forward, whatever it may be. But, and if they don't have an answer, you tell them the answer. Say, well, what about? Do you think that this would help you with building better relationships with people by offering me and my professional services that I have? And so they will identify. If they want money, again, I think it's $50 for real estate agents that you can give. But you know what? Just a kind gesture like that goes a long, long way. And so give them a little Starbucks card, whatever. That, it's those little things, because really, whether or not, it's the thought behind it that counts. You've heard that so many times. And it's not about what birthday presents I get or whatever type of presents I get. It's about that I got something, okay? When's the last time that you got a thank you note? That think about, when you got a thank you note last time. Think about that, and who wrote you a thank you note. Say, gosh, I just love that. Yeah. So why not you thinking about, I'm going to thank them for their referrals. Step number 4, share your ideal client. Who is your ideal client? That your ideal client is somebody that is motivated, who likes you. You need to be clear on this. I would write down who your ideal referral partner is and who your ideal client is. Get there, because if you don't ask for it, you're never going to get it. It's impossible to get it. And I know this is hidden, you guys, in different ways. It's just magical that you're thinking, yeah, this is how I'm in control. I can do this. I don't have to go out and be doing stuff. I can just get really clear on who my ideal referral partner is, who my ideal client is. Who is your ideal client? They're motivated, that they have good credit. They have money to put down. They like me. They take my advice, and we get along great. They're easy to work with. They're fun. They make quick decisions. All those things, you rattle those off. And again, if you want me to help you with any of that, you don't get that clarity of who your ideal referral partner is, who your ideal client is, because you need to tell them who your ideal client is so they can start focusing on, hey, who do I know that's that? And they might not have all the answers, but they'll know whether or not they're the type of person that you're looking for. And then importantly, step 5, ask for a personal introduction. And this is critical. You don't want a name and a telephone number. You want them to contact them in some way. Typically, it's a phone call. Give them a phone call, and you'll see amazing results. Because what happens when somebody else calls on your behalf and says, "Oh, hey, I know so and so, and that they're really a good real estate agent. I know you're interested in buying or selling a home. Would you like to talk to them?" They say, "Yes, great. I'll have them contact them." You then go back to your ideal referral partner and say, hey, did you contact them? Yes, they'd love to call you. When you call them, they already trust you. You get out of that sales mode, and instead you get into service. and you're able to serve people, and it's easy and it's fun and it's quick, and you don't have to do really any selling at all. I made my first $1 million I made on one referral, where a client of mine called the CEO of $1 billion company, gave me a personal introduction. I called him, and the first thing he said was, "Hey, Dr. Hank, how are you? I got this job over here or this job over here. Which one do you want?" And I took the $1.2 million job. And I make high margins, so most of that was profit. And so that's how easy this can be. Think millions, that you can have millions of dollars flowing into you. You know, like the lottery, that no, most people don't win the lottery. There's somebody that wins the lottery every week. Most people don't, because they think, they believe, oh, the odds are whatever. You are rising above odds now, and I'd write that down, that I am rising above the odds, that I'm the lucky one now. Okay, I'm the fortunate one now. I'm the blessed one now. And you are, because you're starting to line up with your source on the things that you want. So again, after that personal introduction, then call them and you flow right into it. So I know I'm giving you a lot of great stuff, and it's just, tremendous. You're starting to, just review on, I'm living in the green zone. How do I do that? I have desire sheets. What do I desire in my professional life? What do I desire in my personal life? Business-wise, you have a magic bullet now. On this week, you're going to get out of the blue an ideal referral partner. You're going to get, if you stated this, that you're going to get a listing, that whatever you want, you just stated. And as long as you're feeling good about that and got good energy behind that, and just continually think about having it versus the lack of it, that I will guarantee you, it has to be, it is only possible that you're going to get these wonderful things in your life. Amen. Pretty cool, huh? So I'm going to give you one more tool, and we're going to just review this briefly, but it's to start focusing your thoughts on what you do want. Most of you are thinking most of the time about things you don't want. I'm going to help you with that, and that you're going to start thinking about most of the time about what you do want. And so this 1 to 31 tracking sheet, it identifies personal and business thoughts that you want to track daily. And at the end of each day, plan your next day and check off with your thoughts. So I asked you to print out that 1 to 31 tracking sheet. And just so you know how that works, is you have it, and I actually I have some 1 to 31 things under personal goals, such as you want to do your joy shop, which we're going to get to next. And then it's going to be, write down my desires. What do I desire? Write down what I appreciate, and then prepave my day. And then plan my day each day. And so there are these things that will help you to become more deliberate. So what happens is, so today is, for example, the 11th, that under the 11 and under my joy shop, if you did it, you'd put a check mark there by 11. If you didn't do it, you'd put a dash mark. So again, I'm assuming you're looking at your 1 to 31 tracking sheet that was printed out. And if not, it's a very easy tool to keep you focused on some of the things that you do want. So with that, we're going to invest most of the time left in the mother of all creation. This is where you're going to create the life that you want it. The first thing each morning, I'd like you to enter into where you create your life with what I call the joy shop. And it's just 15 minutes, first thing every day. So I would recommend what I do. I get up, and before I get up, I say I'm getting off on the right side of the bed, and today's just going to be an amazing, remarkable way, because I deliberately intend my day all during the day. And so like before we came here, I was deliberate with saying that this was going to touch your hearts, your minds, your souls, that this was going to help awaken you to remember just the powerful, amazing creator that you are. And so just in 15 minutes, so after I get out of bed, I don't even brush my teeth or anything. I go out to the porch where the sun is rising. I'm on the 15th floor where the sun is rising. And I start reading my Joy Shop. And so I read my Joy Shop. And that I sent you. And again, what that is, it's a Word document. And it's good feeling thoughts and good general feeling thoughts to get you into a place of feeling good. It's a shortcut to get you to what you want. If you start at looking at on what makes me feel good, and you start reading that Joy Shop, and again, you can take out or change around the phrases any way you want it. That, might be too long for some of you or whatever, but what I want you to do is put it into the most inspiring thoughts that get you to raise your vibration for you to feel good. And it's a shortcut because as you raise your vibration, you start aligning yourself with your source. And then you start to write down what you desire. So I want you to get a journal but the journaling isn't, journaling about whatever. It's about this right here, that you read that Joy Shop and you just start feeling good. And so like some of those thoughts, I begin this fabulous day by breathing in deeply. Breathing, by the way, is the fastest way for you to connect with your source. And so deep breathing in and out, usually about 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. And I ask to be led by my heart today. I refresh and I renew myself as I lift my vibration to that of high-flying energy that leverages the power that creates worlds and sends the signal of my desires. All people, events, and things are now cooperative components to my desires today. What fun and how easy this is. And so you just read that and you get into a good feeling place, and then you start writing down your desires. And so I desire to feel good today. I desire to see good. I desire to see with Source's eyes today. That I desire to sense with Source. I desire to be healthier today, be younger today. I desire to attract ideal referral partners today. I desire to attract ideal clients today. I desire a thriving business. I desire a thriving life. That I want a long and prosperous and healthy and youthful life. That I want to be happy. That I want more money than I know what even to do with. I love money. Money equals freedom. Money is good. Money makes me feel good. It gives me more variety, more choices. I just love myself. I love my world, and I see the good, positive aspects in everyone around me now. My travels are safe. That I'm going to start living the life of my dreams. I'm going to start feeling good and knowing and believing and having the trust in God that all of my dreams are coming to me. So those are some of your desires you would write down. And then you appreciate, and I want you to write down what you appreciate in the last 24 hours. Literally, this one, the mother of all creation, this Joy Shop, has changed people in amazing ways. People have had trauma from a car accident, didn't live a normal life, that they were healed within weeks. This is how powerful that this is. You're going to heal yourself. You're going to love yourself, and you're going to start identifying all the things that you want. Now, in this appreciation, and it's only 15 minutes. Just do it. We're only going to be together for about 6 weeks, because July 4th week, we're not going to meet. And so we're going to be together for 6 weeks. Why not invest this time for 6 weeks in yourself and just see what happens? Wake up 15 minutes early if you have to. And just sit by yourself, breathe deeply, and again, as you breathe deeply, read these good feeling thoughts. Start writing down what you take a notepad, I don't care what you use, that start writing down what you desire, and then appreciation within the last 24 hours, what you appreciate. What I'm doing is I'm helping you to change the way that you think. As you think about the things that you appreciate, more, it's automatically telling the universe, I want more of it. We are so conditioned to look at the things that aren't working, to look at the things that displease us. It's like we go to this buffet of food where we have all this beautiful selection, and we sit at the spinach that we don't like, and we sit and we think about the damn spinach and how bad it tastes, and we talk to other people about it, we Facebook them, and we Twitter them, and, we do all of this stuff when we have this whole buffet of life that's sitting with us, and this happened to us in the last 24 hours. So write down the things that you appreciate. The smile, simple things, complicated, it doesn't matter. Write down the smile someone gave you, the compliment somebody gave you, the check that you received, the closing that you had, the good conversation that you had, the good feeling that you had, the safe drive that you have. There are so many things that you could consume yourself with that you could appreciate in the last 24 hours, and I'm guaranteeing you, you do these easy steps here. This is the one thing, if you do anything out of them all, it's this joy shot. And you write down your desires, what you appreciate in the last 24 hours, and then you pre-pave. So instead of using the word plan, I like to use the word pre-pave. You pre-pave the way you want your day to be. And so you can start out with this joy shop is just going to be delightful and amazing. I'm going to line up and be at one and rendezvous with my source. And then my driving is safe and easy and fun, and that my meetings are productive, and my closing is easy, and I attract out of the blue just amazing things today, that I have nutritious food at each one of my meals. I have wonderful discussions with my spouse, that you just start naming it the way that you want it, and you're going to start seeing on what a deliberate creator you are and how much of your day starts going and going. The first day, if right now you're having primarily bad days, the first day you do your joy shop, it might last till breakfast. And then you'll be back to where you are. But then the next day it'll last till maybe lunch. And then the next day, and pretty soon, you're going to have days where you're living in heaven right here on earth. So that is the nature of the mother of all creation, that joy shop. So critical for you to do. And again, if you have any questions about that, let me know. So here your success steps are. I'm going to send you an MP3, different than what we have done this morning. It's called Being Intentional. And so I'm going to send you Success Unit 1, and I'd like you to listen to that at least 6 times. So you can take that MP3, you can listen to it while you're driving, whatever. But I want you to be exposed to those ideas at least 6 times. It's part of the magic of this process by doing that. So you'll be receiving that in a little while. Then I'd like you to complete the action steps page. And again, not the most important thing, that the more you do of this, the more you're going to get out of this, the more you're going to get out of your life from now on forever. Literally forever, that you're going to have the life of your dreams as you do this. So the more you do, the more you invest in this and just do these simple things, the more your life is going to change the way that you want it. And then I'd like you to identify your high payoff activities, and you'll hear that about in Success Unit 1. It's just a good way to do the high payoff activities. Plan your next day the night before. So I'd like you to plan and think about, hey, what do I want next day? And then use your 1 to 31 tracking sheet. Meet with at least one referral partner this week. Complete your sales assessment. Now, I sent you all your sales assessment, and I need that completed because I need to go through it and process it and then give it. But you're going to absolutely love these results and the amazing things it says to you. So if you haven't done it, some of you I know already that are on right now or I have done that. And then create your life each day in your joy shop. And so, it looks like a lot. It's very easy. Just listen to the Success Unit 1 at least 6 times. You may want to review. I have this available on MP3 as well as in YouTube. This session, this webinar that we were on today, that meet with one referral partner. And really, all of this is going to take maybe a half hour each day for you to do this, to include 15 minutes of it being the Joy Shop. But it's going to change your life. It's going to give you the things that you want. So expect wonderful things to happen to you. Expect out of the blue thoughts, people, and circumstances that lead you to your desire. The most important thing every day is for you to feel good. Look at that little guy there with the angels and the halo. That the most important thing every day is to feel good and only think upon thoughts that please you, that you like, that you want in your life. So expect your life to start becoming better and better as it is starting right now. So enjoy your day. Expect the best. Be easy on yourself. Be light. Uplift yourself. Just know that everything's coming your way, that all of this is going to just be amazingly good. And all these thoughts that you heard that turned into those feelings for you are going to start transitioning you into everything that you wanted. I love you guys. Thanks so much for being on. Again, contact me if you have any questions. All the best to you. Bye-bye.